Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Police in Germany have launched a series of raids on anti-vaccination activists after a plot was uncovered to murder the state's prime minister for backing coronavirus measures. Police released a series of photographs of one of the suspects being led away by officers. The searches in the city of Dresden targeted individual members where plans for the killing were discussed in connection with the state's government's coronavirus curbs. Prime Minister Michael Kretschmer, seen here in November, was targeted by far-right anti-vaxxers who plotted violence with crossbows. Germany's new Chancellor, Olaf Scholz, said this tiny minority of uninhibited extremists would not be allowed to impose their will on society. Firefighters in Hong Kong say a blaze that left more than 100 people trapped at the province's World Trade Center is now under control. An eyewitness video showed thick smoke rising from the building moments after the fire started. It broke out in a utility room at a lower level of the building's mall at noon before it spread to bamboo scaffolding cladding the exterior. Photos uploaded to social media showed over 100 people trapped on the roof of the building. No fatalities have been reported and rescue operations are still underway. A court in Germany has sentenced a Russian man to life in prison for shooting dead a Georgian of Chechen ethnicity in a Berlin park 2 years ago. Judges said the Russian state had ordered the murder, which it denies. Vadim Krasikov was found guilty of gunning down Zelimkhan Khangoshvili at close range in August 2019. Russia's president has told Xi Jinping that relations between Russia and China have reached a new breakthrough level. He was speaking as the leaders held a meeting via video link. Russia has cultivated closer ties with China as its relations with the West have worsened, and Putin has used the partnership as a way of balancing US influence while striking lucrative deals, especially on energy. 11 bodies have been found while 25 people remain missing after a boat carrying suspected undocumented migrants from Indonesia capsized off the coast of Malaysia. There were 14 people reported safe among the estimated 50 aboard the boat, which capsized off the southern Johor state around 4:30 a.m. The survivors and the boat were found on a beach in Tanjung Balau, and the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency said a search and rescue operation had been launched for those missing. South Africa's High Court has ordered former President Jacob Zuma to return to jail after setting aside the decision to release him on a medical parole. The 79-year-old began medical parole in September and is serving a 15-month sentence for contempt of court. The legal processes against Zuma for alleged corruption are widely viewed as a test of post-apartheid South Africa's ability to enforce rule of law, particularly against powerful, well-connected people. The UN has said access to flooded areas in South Sudan has become a challenge in the quest to offer help to those affected. Footage from above shows the scale of the flooding in Bentiu. Floodwaters have not been receding and hundreds of thousands of people remain displaced. Around 835,000 people across the country have been affected by the flooding since May. The volcano on La Palma in the Canary Islands has remained silent for a second consecutive day. The footage released on Wednesday by the Spanish Geological and Mining Institute shows the volcano's main cone no longer erupting lava or ash. Seismic activity all but stopped around 9 p.m. local time on Monday. It's the longest period without tremors since the eruption began and gives hope to evacuated residents that they may soon be able to return home. And finally, rocker Rod Stewart was the star attraction of music therapy charity Nordoff Robbins' annual Christmas Carol service in London. The 76-year-old musician was the lead act at the Christmas concert, which raises funds for the charity.
The world should be vaxxed.
The evening also saw comedian Rory Bremner do impressions of British Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
But there was no room for them in the inn, for they had not the COVID passport.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.